Hey guys, and welcome back to HermitCraft Season 5. Oh, it actually worked. Oh god, no, stop. HermitCraft Season 5. Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be heading over to actually JoeHills' place. Part of the issue with and it's not. I mean, it's not really an issue. Part of the thing with doing the HermitTours is like it's pretty tough to work around people's schedules and stuff because a lot of the time like they're available when I'm not, I'm available when they're not. It's a whole thing. Like the one with B-dubs that took, I mean that was like 3 weeks of like trying to work out a schedule and stuff, and then it finally came together. But JoeHills is actually free now. So I'm going to head over to his base today and tour his place. It's the Red Sky Bay, I think. Pretty sure. And so yeah, I'm going to head over there, get together with JoeHills, check out his place. I'm hearing he's got some pretty big plans going on over there. So I mean, we'll see. All right, and let me get over there, and I'll see y'all in a bit.
I didn't see you there as I looked at the ground while examining something in another window.
How you doing, man? You doing all right?
I'm doing pretty well. I heard that you are doing tours of hermit bases.
Indeed I am. It's called HermitTours. It's a
Wow,
way to get together and hang out and see what everybody's up to, and yeah.
No, that sounds cool, and it's a lot better than the name I was going to come up with, which would have been like, walk to a hermit's base with the camera turned on after checking your hard drive to make sure you have room, and then talk to them a lot, and then maybe put a video out after editing it. Like,
yeah,
I don't even think editing is a word.
And I don't think YouTube would allow that long of a of a video title. So
it's a little bit excessive, you know. This isn't pre-French Revolution time.
Right.
So,
right. Okay,
from context clues, you might have gathered that portal takes you to my base.
Oh, I mean, I kind of figured you were bringing me to a dungeon, but it's cool that you're bringing me to your base too. I mean,
we could look at a dungeon later. We've got some of those here.
All right, so what's going on, man? What do we got going on around? Ooh. Oh, geez, that goes outside.
Yeah, and I got some boats ready for us.
Oh, nice. See, look at you're so prepared.
Welcome to Red Sky Bay.
But the sky's blue.
Well, it's blue right now. But, it's also... So it's red in the morning and it's red at night. There's an old kind of poem. Some people use the word shepherd. Some people use the word sailor. But red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky at morning, sailors take warning. And I don't presume to tell anyone what time it is. I want them to take delight and warning in equal parts, depending on their own assessment of the situation.
Nice. All right, so I just jumped. So, I don't know how to boat.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I was going to say, we're coming out here to the mouth of the bay. Even though the portal kind of drops you off in the middle of the bay, this is where ships will eventually be able to enter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm in the process of dredging out a big channel here.
All the dredging.
Your
cape is going nuts, by the way.
What's going nuts?
Your cape is going nuts.
Does it help if I stand under the water? It's not better, probably.
It's just one of those boat things. I mean, All right, so
no, that's cool.
Is that your big frame thing over there I'm looking at?
Yeah, I'm working on a scale model of Castle Ravenloft for a possible Halloween episode. But, the problem is if you want to record a Halloween episode in HermitCraft, you got to do it in, like, September so we can edit it and have it go out, which means you got to start building it in June.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want it to be a collab, yeah, you got to start, like, 6 months sooner.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, so Castle Ravenloft is a famous Dungeons & Dragons set created by Tracy and Laura Hickman, like, over 30 years ago. And it's like a Halloween D&D tradition for people to get together and play for like 4 or 6 hours. And the idea is that you're invited to dinner at this vampire's castle. And because he's basically trapped in this like cursed pocket dimension until someone comes along who's evil enough to replace him or powerful enough to replace him so he can be free. And so he's always looking for like adventurers who he might be able to convince to take his place as king of this castle. And pretty much inevitably he's disappointed by you and decides to kill you all. And so you have to try to kill him or die.
Oh. Sounds very
so I figured
Halloweenish.
I figured that could yeah, it is ominous. It's not very friendly. But I figured that might be fun to run the Hermits through. But like, since it would be a 4 or 6 hour session, possibly, you know, we want to stagger the episodes and get it recorded early.
I mean, I count me in. If you know, just let me know.
Oh, definitely. And then this right here is our sign that says Red Sky Bay on it. I'm guessing most of your viewers can read.
Well, I mean, just in case. Let's see. So that's an R. That's an. Oh, sorry.
No, it's important, you know. And for those of you using the NATO phonetic alphabet, Romeo, Echo, Delta, Sierra, Kilo, Yankee, Bravo, Alpha, Yankee.
There you go.
We're multinational here.
Yes.
But anyway, yes. So I got this sign set up so the ships that enter the bay can see it.
Is there stuff inside there
bunch
that
of pigs here
we can go look at, or
what?
Is there stuff inside the Red Sky Bay sign that we can look at, or is there like?
Yeah, kind of. I kind of was thinking of using it as a laboratory for testing out concepts before I built them to scale. So, like, kind of think like a holodeck from Star Trek: The Next Generation. So if you look out that window here, it's hard to see because it's tight angle, but there's a house that's actually built, modeled off of. It's right there, kind of in the corner. It's built modeled off of some options I've tested in this space, which I think I might call a Jolo deck. Oh, hey, False left me a box with a head inside and sponges. Wow, I have no idea how long that was there. Thank you, False. I haven't been up here for a while.
It's been there for like 6 months, and you're just now seeing it.
Yeah, I don't even remember doing anything nice for her. I don't know what she could possibly be thanking me
You
for.
were just JoeHills. Isn't that enough?
I try. I live in hope. But yeah, so that's a pretty empty space, all things considered. But the idea is I have somewhere I can set up test ideas without mobs attacking me.
No, I mean, that's a good idea, just to have a little test area.
Yeah, so all these pigs are here because Cub Fan thought it would be funny to change my sign to say Red Sky Bay of Pigs and then build, he filled the bay with all these pigs, and then he built a giant pig sculpture on top of the cube, which I've actually moved back here. I'll show you that next. We're going to kind of dart around the bay.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything's in no particular order around here, which is why I play Minecraft, because everything's on a grid, and then I can put things that are dumb all over that grid. Good sense of disorder and order mingling.
Holy pigs.
Yeah, so I've started moving some of the pigs that Cub Fan brought over to here, and I built a giant boat to put the pig sculpture on top of. I didn't put in the oars because I got lazy, but anyway, you can actually go up inside the pig, and I added some windows to it to make it more of a tourist attraction. Like Red Sky Bay.
Tourist.
Yeah, you are a tourist. You might. I don't know if people actually stop by here when they fly over, or if this is just flyover country. But I kind of envisioned that because Red Sky Bay is so close to the community area, I wanted it to be something that when people flew over it, there'd be cool stuff for them to see. And stealing Cub Fan's giant pig sculpture that he gave me and moving it into a giant boat seemed like something worth seeing. So yeah, you can look out the windows and see all the little pigs in the bay and their boats, and just, something kind of neat.
It's like they're all just like staring at the giant pig, worshiping it or something.
Yeah. And speaking of things to stare at, I've actually got something else that I was thinking about moving all the pigs over to, but I got it's so time consuming just moving those little boats around that I'm probably going to leave them where they are. But yeah, if you want to follow me to the south end of the bay, I'm kind of building things around the bay. It's a closed body of water. We've already visited the mouth of it, but I wanted to kind of get 1 or 2 builds throughout different parts of it so people don't think that that area is unclaimed. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So this is a drive-in movie or a boat-in movie screen. I've just finished actually in my last episode. And what I can do is I can, when I went on my trip to NASA like last week, I got a ton of footage from that. And I wanted to have a space where I could just set up and record like the Minecraft night going over the screen while in post-production I project the video from my trip and do like a voiceover and talk about the trip.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to be working on that some this weekend. I'm excited about that. So right now the screen doesn't do much. In fact, it'll never do much until post-production because there's no way to project stuff in Minecraft. But
it's that YouTube magic, man. It's what it's all about.
Exactly. So yeah, if you wanted to like sit there and add something in Final Cut Pro or Avid or whatever you use later, you're always welcome to swing by Red Sky Bay and film a blank screen. Yeah.
Nice.
In the past, I've used a painted inside of a house as like a television the same way, but this just kind of felt more epic. We've got a really good drive-in movie theater about an hour away from us here. And so I love seeing space movies on it because when you go outside and watch a space movie, the stars are just directly around the screen, like the whole time you're watching it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, our last drive-in theater like closed down years ago. It
Gotcha.
sucks.
Sorry to hear that. My mines are down here. They're nothing too special, but this is my furnace house, which I just put a bunch of furnaces in a wall, and then later I had to knock out the wall, but I left the furnaces and the door. Oops. Which apparently is kind of laggy.
No, it works.
Yeah, and then I got a ladder that goes up here to
furnace house.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna build a
JoeHills.
house out of something, it might as well be something fire resistant
And piston proof.
So, oh yeah, exactly. You don't want somebody pushing down. Big bad wolves have pistons these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't breathe anymore. That's
No, they have gotten out of that huff puff game. It really stepped it up. More of a push shove game. So this year is going to be kind of a little village center. I've got stone storage down here in this little alcove. Just
nice.
Kind of real simple. And then this is kind of my garden center where I put all my crops and seeds and stuff like that in. The idea is I'll have like a different structure to store different types of things. So instead of having just a big bank of chests, I'll have like a building made out of redstone evoking parts for redstone or a building for metal, that sort of thing. And I've actually got a map of the whole bay right here that you can see many of the things we've already visited on. We're at the little green era.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see how big that castle is to the north there.
Yeah, that's
the
pretty
footprint
dang big.
of that. And the pig there is pretty big. Oh, I've actually got the drive-in movie screen map I need to put back on there. But yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a pretty decent space with a lot of room to grow. Because, we do about 12 to 18 months a season. And I wanted to have room for a few big projects.
Oh, and you got like is that a claimed mushroom island over there?
No, that's the games area. That's just adjacent. So, like I said, my stuff is going to be pretty close to a lot of other people's stuff. So I wanted to make sure that it was, I have some good stuff for them to see when they fly past. So if you want to come this way, you can see the Death House.
Death House, huh?
The Death House. So, this is also a Dungeons and Dragons house or building. This one was created by Chris Perkins as kind of a introductory adventure for people who were going to play the Ravenloft Castle. So they could come through this kind of house where a baby has been captured by a monster and have to fight off various things inside of it. So when we actually play the game, there's not going to be I'm not going to use creepers or skeletons from Minecraft as the monsters. I'll probably just have banners that'll be okay, there's a vampire here or a skeleton there, that sort of thing. And then players would kind of stand wherever they'd be standing in the game and kind of theater of the mind mixed with weird Minecraft surroundings. So we'd basically be using this set in the graph paper in a normal game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm familiar with like the idea of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, this house is not finished, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've never actually played it, but I'm familiar with the idea.
Gotcha. Well, part of the point of this adventure, as created by Perkins, was to introduce people to the concepts of the game. So the idea is that you would play this one, which is a much shorter adventure, before we did the big castle. Like, we could possibly do this one next month, is what I'm hoping. Just so that people have a chance to kind of acclimate and think about, like, oh, what did I do wrong, or what worked well for my video, what didn't. Before they commit to a big 4 to 6 hour session, they can also see, like, oh, I saw Will's Night and XB play that Death House, and it worked really well for them. I want to do that for my channel. And so we'll do the big Halloween series over here, hopefully.
Nice. So it's all about like collab-y kind of getting the community together kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. And since the Death House is designed to be run, and Ravenloft too, with like 4 to 6 players, if we have like 8 people that want to do it to 10 people, what I can even do is run both adventures twice. And then, so like different people might make different choices, and you could get some cool options there for the viewers, where like they might not necessarily watch everybody's point of view for everything. But kind of like UHC, there's going to be to some degree, a last man stand-in element, at least to the castle. The Death House is a lot friendlier, all things considered. But yeah, I mean, once you get into this castle here, you might have somebody who just gets killed like 20 minutes in, whereas somebody else makes it 3.5 hours, Yeah,
this is going to be huge. Like, is this the full height of it, or is it going taller?
This is the outer wall. The actual castle towers will go up to the build limit.
Jeez.
Yeah. This is the castle will be like down in there where the trees are. It has a massive courtyard around it, which is basically what I'm constraining around with this structure. And what I'm thinking of doing is, you'll see that the walls themselves are currently missing, but I've got the kind of support pillars in place where they jut out set up. And this walkway here is also empty, you'll notice. What I'm planning on doing is getting a bunch of concrete powder and creating kind of like a 3 or 4 color grayscale pattern on the walls. And I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with this pattern, but the idea is I'll be able to stand up here on top and just like place the concrete powder to build the walls more rapidly. And I'll have to have the pattern completely determined in advance so I can do that right. But these panels will be like huge pixel art designs that'll be visible basically when you're boating way the heck out that way.
Oh, that'll be cool, man. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited. It'll be a big landmark, I'm hoping. And it'll also look cool for, people playing the game. So,
what's all that out that way?
Out. Wait, out.
Oh, like
those little things out in the water.
Yeah.
Those are some sort of boat race thing that I think Tango set up. I'm not 100% sure. That's kind of out beyond my area of influence. Like, this castle is like the farthest north that I'm going to impact.
Yeah, I just saw it out there.
And because...
What is that?
Oh, no, that's totally fair. So because this castle is supposed to be on a huge cliff, and the ground here isn't level, I'm actually having to start building cliffs that connect to the base of the walls, which you can kind of see down there.
Oh, okay. And, that's what this is right here?
Yeah, so you see how it kind of juts out past there a little?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically, I'm terraforming a cliff to go in there. And you can kind of see Mumbo's base almost out of the corner here. Chunks might take a second to load, or might be just outside of view distance, but his portal island is over that way.
Wow, you're like smack dab in the middle of everything, aren't you?
Yep, it keeps me busy. So I'm hoping these mega projects, like, I have a hard time just building one project at a time. So between all of these, I can always have something to work on. If I want to do something really detail-oriented, or I want to just hammer something out, I've got something to do. And then, if you come over to this corner here, you can see the Red Sky Bay sign pretty well. And I think we've pretty much seen everything.
I mean, this is nuts, man. like you've got some ambitious projects going on here. Like this is crazy.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing these walls, man. When you get the murals in here, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I've thought about using some cellular automata. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Stephen Wolfram's New Kind of Science, but basically he uses really simple rule sets to generate complex mathematical patterns. And I think that could look really cool here. But I've also been thinking like maybe something kind of video game-esque would be good, because people like video games on YouTube in general. And so like having some sort of cool Tetris block looking like pattern, something that looks like it was on an original Game Boy, could be really neat.
Yeah,
and
I think that would be awesome.
That's obviously not in the original description of this castle, but you know, it is an adaptation, not a direct model of what the Hickmans came up with. And also, you know, this is supposed to be a trap and a castle. And, you know, what do traps have? Usually some sort of things people find attractive. So,
right.
You know, having the walls have cool Tetris-y patterns on them, I don't, you know, it kind of goes both ways. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, you don't want it to look super sinister, and then people will be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going in there.
Yeah. Well, and other people have suggested doing some sort of cool pixel art of things like the Four Seasons or the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And I'm not talking about the hotel or the drink, but, you know, it's one of those things like, I don't know how much time I want to spend creating original pixel art. Like what I could do is maybe sketch something out and then run it through a filter to generate pixel art of a drawing I did or something. But like sitting there and figuring out pixel by pixel a complex picture of, I don't know, each season. But you could do something representative, like have blossoms in a tessellation on one or snowflakes on another. But I don't know. That's almost, I don't know.
I have faith you will figure it out. You'll get it.
Well, I hope your commenters feel free to make suggestions, because I will definitely
absolutely leave a suggestion. What you think, you know, like game related, or, you know, just like medieval type stuff, or even just like some fantasy stuff wouldn't be terrible, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And like in theory, you know, you could do a lot with just like what's inside of a blood cell. I mean, because vampires like blood and they have really good vision. So maybe they don't need to have microscopes invented yet. I don't know. Like there's something there. But yeah. So do you have any questions about anything that I showed you, or anything you'd like to look at closer?
Well, I mean, I think we pretty much looked at everything. Trying to just take it all. I mean, it's a massive area. Like I thought my area was, you know, fairly big, but this place is like, you can't even see from one side to the other, you know, your place.
No, not at all. And I was hoping at some point to get some actual like ships built in the bay too. But the existing the Death House project and this castle have taken a lot of my time.
I bet. Yeah, this looks. Yeah, this is. I avoid massive projects like this, and when I see other people do them, I'm blown away. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I normally would too, but so I don't know if you heard about Pitfalls and Penguins, which was a kind of a open gaming licensed tabletop RPG me and some friends started working on probably about 10 years ago now. And we were working on that when D&D 3.5 was like the big thing, and like then D&D 4 came out and D&D 5, and so even though I haven't been doing too much active game development myself these days, I'm trying to look at what other people have done right and really study it at a whole bunch of different levels. And this castle Ravenloft, like I said, was built by or designed by the Hickmans like 30 years ago, and has been recently readapted for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition by Chris Perkins. And I want to really get inside of the decision making and thought processes so that I can be a better game developer and game designer.
Nice. I wish you the best of luck with your castle.
Thank you.
And I thank you for the tour, and my people thank you for the tour. If you guys are not subscribed to JoeHills, the link is down in the description. Go tell him hi. Tell him I sent you. Get some all yeahs in his chat, or in his chat, in his comments. Let him know I sent you. Thank you for the tour, man.
Thanks so much for coming out.
All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll see y'all next time.
Keep adventuring.